It's not ready. Hang on, hang on. Trying to do my midnight thing here. Where do we go? Sorry, I hit the button too soon.
Tis the season for non-drowsy sipping relief from over 200 in your...
There's probably nobody.
Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch. The winter storm could bring.
Okay. Alright, so first of all, hello. Yeah, well, it's in the middle of the night for me. Alright, here we go. This is an important update. First of all, let me open up the thing here. I want you to know we're looking at the the sulfur dioxide surface mass. Okay, sulfur dioxide surface. All right, this is sulfur gas at the surface emitting from the ground from volcanic activity underneath the ground. This is as close as I can get to the ground that we need. So, boy, this is going to be hard. Look at what the East Coast is doing right now, you guys. All right? Right now, we have this X flare going on. We have all this stuff going on. Look at all of the sulfur emissions that are coming out of the ground here. I want to show you the wind patterns. Let's put the wind patterns over it, and you'll see. Whoops, wrong one. What happened now? I hit the wrong button. So, what did I do? There we are. Okay, back to where we were, and we were here, and we were. What happened? No. Dang it, I hit the wrong button somewhere. Hang on. I gotta get back to that. That was important. God help me. No. These chemicals, we're on CO2. Why did this change now? What did I hit? There we go. My bad. Thank you. Now, back to our sulfur emissions coming a big swath, big cloud coming here. Now let me try to put the winds back into motion here. Now you can see how the winds are taking these gases, and that's why they're streaking in the directions that they are. It's because the winds are taking these little pop-up spots where gas is coming out of the ground. This is all over. This is West Virginia, I believe, right here. So you're talking Georgia. Georgia's looking pretty packed right here. What's this? I can't even see right now. I'm so tired. Anyways, you guys know, look for your part of the country over here, the Ohio Valley. This is more than just this chemical spill or whatever. The Ohio Valley, that may be an excuse for all this or whatever. Now, as I back out, look how the winds, see how they're coming off and then they're diverting. Now watch this as we take the winds away. Look at that cloud of sulfur gas that this whole area is emitting a huge wave, a huge cloud of sulfur gas off of the East Coast. I'm telling you, watch out. Everybody in this area, hold on tight. Another thing I need to report is around the world here. We need to go around the world a little bit. Look at this spot up here. Canada, you people around here, watch out for possible volcanic blast or volcanic eruption. That's what all this is indicating, is some kind of volcanic disruption in the magma underneath. It's the pressure underneath is pushing gas up through the surface. Okay, so the pressure's down below. Every time we get hit with the CME, it charges up the core, makes it expand even more, puts more pressure in there, and that pressure has to go somewhere. And since lava isn't squirting out of the ground, it's pushing all the sulfur gas that's around it out through the cracks. Okay. Now, what I need to do here, we're going to save the other bad news for the last here, but something extremely important. I want you to look at this entire range right here, okay? The country of Chile, you guys better be on alert right now. I'm putting an alert out for Chile, okay? This right here is very disturbing, okay? They're going to have an earthquake. They're going to have something. There's going to be a volcano go off along this chain. Okay, they're having emissions even over in here, okay? And up here at, what's this? There's a little bit up here by, I think it's Venezuela or whatever. I don't know. Right now I'm so tired. Here is Jamaica, I believe. No, yeah, Jamaica, because there's Cuba. So Jamaica's having activity. All right, down here in Mexico, they're having, let me pull that down so you guys can see it. Zoom in a little harder for you guys now. Again, my bad. Okay, so there's Mexico area. All you people in Mexico in these areas, hold on tight. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to do this as best I can with no sleep, no food. Okay, now over here in China, we were talking about the pollution, and I showed you earlier there was a spot of pollution right here. The rest of this is all sulfur emissions from the ground. Okay, you guys. And this isn't a mistake. I'm not misreading this instrument. I used to use this instrument a long time ago for this very purpose, and I misread it trying to use it for other purposes, but I'm learning. And I hope you guys are too along the way. Anyways, so look at India. They're getting activity. China's in big trouble. All right, I expect something happening in China. Let's look at Japan. Okay, look at the island of Japan, you guys. All right, that's bad over there, but look at the island of Japan here. They're going to have a volcano or an earthquake or something. Do you see, as I pan back, look at this cloud of sulfur gas that's blown out into the ocean. Let me put the winds back on real quick. Now, do you see, oops, that this gas is emitting from here, and the currents are carrying it there. It's following the wind currents, okay? Take them away, and I add them. Take them away. Oops, take them away. See, now you can see that all of this right here is all the sulfur gas blowing out of this whole region. And look at all the little spots they have. Just boom, 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 boom. It's riddled. They're going to have, oh, wait, let me take those winds off again. They're going to have some major activity in this area. Also, I want to show you up here in Russia, this is Kamchatka Peninsula, but just above that, they're getting riddled, okay? And look up here. See, they're about to have some kind of activity. All right? Europe. Look at Europe, dude. Right here is the war zone. This is the Black Sea, okay? Let me back out again. I had Turkey found earlier. It's right there, I believe. No. Yeah, it's right there. So Turkey's got a bunch, this whole region. Look at this whole region. The whole Middle East. Okay, you guys? Something is about to go down. I'm telling you. All these instruments and all this stuff that I've shown you, all the astrophysics we've done, the list. Oh, the list. We're going to have to add something here to the list here. Let me take a drink. Ooh, something else I want to point out while we're here. I'm not going to theorize, but I want you to notice this strange band, how it's the sulfur cloud has formed this strange band there. Okay, can you see that band? And then a big plume here at South Africa. Something might happen down here. Then I want to take you here. Look at this straight band again, alright? And over here. Look at these straight little bands. It's probably just wind currents or whatever, but it's... Let's put the winds back on. Whoops, I did it again. I gotta slow down. So we were back on... Oh boy. We're back on chemicals. There we go. My bad. Now, where are we? Oh, this is... No. Different one. Different chemical. But look at this. Look at... This is a similar chemical. Look at this event going on here. Alright, let's get to the right one though. I want the sulfur. Okay, because now, this is the one we really want. Now I want to zoom in on this. I believe this island of Java? No. Let me look it up on my globe or something. Anyways, there was a huge volcanic blast here not a couple years ago or whatever. Alright, look at this entire island, you guys. This entire island is covered in sulfur dioxide gas, okay? That whole place is about to go. There's a dark patch of it right there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I believe that there might be a volcano going off here soon. When our event happens here on the 18th, we're very early in the morning on the 18th. Okay, so I'm watching this area. I'm putting a warning out for this area to have some kind of earthquake or volcanic activity, okay? That's a big old plume of that gas. And this all started a long time ago off the coast of California. I think it was when we had a big plume of this gas come out and everybody was like, whoa, where'd that come from? So now we know this is pressure from down below squeezing up to the underside of the crust and taking the gases and pushing them out first. Next is lava. Okay, once all these gases have escaped, next comes the lava. All right, this is a precursor to seeing lava coming. All right, and it's all over the place. All right, even Australia's got their down under, mates. Take a look at your where you're at. Here's most of the population on the coast and stuff. I don't know, I'm not sure about up there, but I know you have population in this area. So take a look, you guys. Everybody. Alright. And I'm going to continue watching this through the night since I can't sleep. And I got to bring you guys updates when I see them. Alright. Anybody want me to go to a specific spot on the planet real quick before I switch out of here? If there's anybody in the chat. You want me to look at a specific area of the country? Specific area of the world? Any of you curious what do you... East Tennessee. Alright, we're starting at East Tennessee. We have a request. It would be in this area. You don't have the states all portioned out, but let me just back off and you can get the, here's Carolina coast, here's the little point right there, these, oh God, I can't think of the community there. These sandbar communities off the Carolinas. Alright, here's the Kinkin, Florida. This would be Georgia right here. Tennessee, I would believe, is somewhere in there with West Virginia. I don't know. I'm a West Coast guy, so, but I can't really look at my globe right now. My eyes are crossed. So, we got all of this. Now, I saw Colorado. Okay, here's Salt Lake City. So let's draw a line over Bam, down. Here's the, not four corners, but, or maybe that is. No. But here's your Colorado, or this is Utah, Salt Lake City. So I guess we go over a little bit and down in this area. Alright. I wish there was more landmarks on this map so we could have more references. There's some rivers. I don't know if you can make them out. Let me see if it'll pop up again. Alright, so here's Salt Lake. Just outside of Salt Lake City, you guys. Up in the mountains up in there. I'd watch out. Let me pull back a little bit. Alright, here's most of the west coast and central area. Ooh. I just saw something. But we need to go up here. Up to Washington and Oregon, you guys. Okay? This is Mount Hood area, I believe. Not Rainier. Rainier's up here. So Mount Hood area right here is getting active. There's something going on there too, okay? Just above you guys, here's British Columbia Island. This is getting active in this region. So you people up there, Washington, Oregon. Oh, so Oregon. There's the Columbia River right there, I believe. So there's Portland. Shit, Portland. You guys and people in Portland, be head on a swivel. Same with Salt Lake City, because we put the lake on it. There's a spot right where you guys are, okay? Going on over here in the Bay Area. This is Central Valley, North Sacramento area. So, hot spot going on. Something going on in there. All right. Let's see. Pull back here. Alright, I got some other stuff real quick. Let me go to, oh, there it is right there. I did have it. This is another gentleman who does similar work to mine. You could come check him out as well. We don't agree on everything, but he does more reports. And he's got a lot of good news. Or a lot of news reports. I'm looking for the news report he did. Alright, I found it. Oh, no, we gotta killer robots first. Alright.
Eruption, which means it's headed right towards us. Came off earlier today, and then boom! Watch how quickly that fills the sky. And it fills it all the way around. You can see that all the way around. That is a halo eruption, which means it's headed right towards us. And so there was a small CME that came off earlier today, and then boom! Watch how quickly that fills the sky. And it fills it all the way around. You can see that moving all the way around the disk. That is a halo eruption, which means it's headed right towards us. And okay, earlier I showed you the CME tracker that was facing away. Now that I've looked at this spot and seen that report, it does look like we're going to get a glancing blow from this, not the main brunt, but from this X-flare. And this is a highly charged X-flare. You saw how many times it sparked. So no matter what we get, it's going to be X-rays. So hold on. Now, what was the other thing he was reporting on? Oh, please don't cross my eyes, Lord. There we go. Reduce that, and then somewhere deeper in here. Because I don't want to use this whole video. I'm trying to use just certain segments to add to the list. Where did his story go that he was reporting on? Dang it. No. Dang it, I had it saved on the other one. Let's see over here. There it is, okay.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm exhausted. Okay, something here I wanted to point out.
To parts of the Midwest and the Northeast as well. The second storm next moment, this storm could bring low-level snow to California next week. And a disruptive winter storm could bring snow and ice to parts of the Midwest and the Northeast as well. The second storm next week is the big one, and it will be a major impactor. Large, slow-moving storm expected in mid.
Did you hear what he just said? Okay, let's go over to our list here because I'll just talk about it. You guys want to pull out a list this time tonight. We were talking about storm reversal, that being number 2 on the list, storm reversal, and that was one of the last things we would see. But preceding storm reversal, what we would see is storms slowing down, right? And what does it say here? Slow-moving storm. Wow, we are seeing slow-moving storms now, okay? What kind of slow-moving storms? Large, slow-moving storm. Expected when? Next week in Minnesota, all right? So we are already starting to see the effects of this core reversal. A large, slow-moving storm expected next week, all right? And I'd played the whole thing, but it's just a story of this storm that they're expecting in Minnesota. But it still is a slow-moving storm, so we can start checking that off the list or adding it or whatever. I don't know. Checking it off. Now back to where I was. I think there was something else in that report I wanted to. Or was it just a tad bit earlier? Oh, it was the solar. Yeah, okay. So we got the solar thing, and then the slow-moving storm expected. Then what was the other thing I had earlier today? I was going to add to the list. I'll try to come up with it here in a minute while we're kind of looking at this here. All right, let's go one more time around the world. There's the United States. We looked at most of it. Let's parts of Canada for our neighbors. Here's the Great Lakes. You can see. It's just this area is just guys. All right, here's the Mississippi River right here. So Texas, Oklahoma. Oh, I never burp in my videos. Oklahoma. All this area. Okay. And you can see the big plume of sulfur dioxide. It might be hazardous to go outside and breathe. I'd check your air qualities tomorrow, you guys. Now, there's a new little hurricane or something forming here off of Hawaii. Ooh. Uh-oh. Hawaii. Is that Maui? Yeah, I believe that's Maui. Yeah. Uh-oh. Alright, look at this carbon, or this sulfur coming out of, is this Maui? Please help me, you guys. I've been there before, but I think it's Maui. Oh, what's this one? This is Oahu, I believe, and this is Maui. This is Oahu? And okay, this is Oahu. That's Pearl Harbor right there, or right there. Okay, yeah. So Oahu, thank you. I like corrections. I will take them when I'm wrong. So thank you. Oahu, you people on Oahu, you're on high alert too, okay? Big Island looks pretty quiet. That's the one with all the volcanoes, but it's not pumping sulfur dioxide right now for some reason. It's quiet, but Oahu is not. This seems, let's go to the winds real quick because I want to make sure. Yeah, this is just it's just drifting. So this island isn't producing, but this one for sure is. And it looks like a little bit off of that one right here, okay? But this doesn't appear to be producing anything. It appears to be, my bad. Get this out of the way, Brian. Yeah, it appears to be the flow coming off of this. All right, so you guys that are out in Oahu, you're on high alert. Okay, you guys, anybody that's from Hawaii, wake these people, or not wake them up, but let them know, keep their heads on a swivel. All right, I gotta stop telling everybody to go wake up the world, because most of them are asleep anyways. So now we have a vortex, a hurricane or whatever coming off of Hawaii. We'll report on that stuff later. I got a bad taste in my mouth for that right now. So anyways, look at China, you guys. China is about to undergo something bad. Okay? And I know why too. They've been messing with God. God don't like it. Here we are back at Japan again, you guys. This is this little tip of Japan. I believe Fukushima is more up this way. So Tokyo area. Tokyo. Whatever this area is. Okay, you guys. These are some major spots on the planet. Okay. And they're all emitting sulfur dioxide in high concentrations. Okay. Making huge plumes that are circumnavigating the globe. And now we come over to China and look at this bleeding mess. It looks like like a shotgun blast on a bunch of holes with, bleeding. They're in for something. Okay, I'm not saying tomorrow, I'm not saying when. We're not supposed to know the date. I'm telling you, we're seeing activity. This is scary right here. This is where the big volcanoes are, you guys, right? In this area, in Indonesia. And see how everybody else is kind of calm, mild? There's something going on right there. Whatever that's on the tip of Malaysia. Or whatever coming out here. So you got something here, but this entire island... Where's my flashlight? I can't even see. Where are we here? My glove. Lefties. Yep, the island of Java. Okay, you guys, the island of Java. And it is the entire island. Okay, it's just covered in sulfur dioxide gas. The main plume, darkest plume, appears to be coming from this region right up there. Isn't that around where that volcano went off last time, you guys? I think the volcano was right in the middle out here on a little island, but this is right next to it. Okay, so these volcanoes produce blasts, huge blasts that produce tsunamis. Okay. Over here in Australia, you guys got something going on there. Alright. I think, I forget. There's a couple of cities over here. I think it's Sydney or something. And you guys got some activity just behind you in this region, okay? All my brothers to the south here. I love the Aussies. They're such cool people. Laid back, easy going. Not all uptight and idiotic. Alright. Where are we going here? India. Look at India. Okay, they're in big trouble. India and China in big trouble. Saudi Arabia looks like it's okay. It's coming from right here. Whatever this bay is. This the Straits of Hormuz here. So, what is that? I'm not going to look on the globe anymore. So, let's go over to Europe. Because you guys, we got some friends in Europe that are going to be going through some stuff. Well, starting on Spain. Okay, there's Spain, you guys. Here's France, Italy, Switzerland, Italy, France, Switzerland. This is the bay. We come up here. We got all this area: Poland, Germany, the UK. Something going on here in northern UK. Right? All these places are spewing sulfur dioxide in high concentrations. There might be like one plume like this or something, or two on the face of the earth, but I've never seen it just inundated like this. All right. Here's a big empty patch in Africa. This is what it usually like. White with a little bit of tan. All right. Not all this. And you can see it bleeding over from one country into another. Okay, something here going at the tip of Africa, and over here, this whole side, you guys, all you people here in Chile, Argentina, what is it, Peru, Colombia, all this whole western edge of South America is on high alert, and as we go in, it's just plume after plume after plume after plume, and they're very dense and highly concentrated. See all this? Just packed together. This is all that compression zone. That's, the mountains are right behind this. This is all that little valley area that everybody lives in right before the end, or the mountains right there. As we keep continuing going down, look at how many plumes and how concentrated this goes down. All right, this is not their pollution. They don't put out this much. Okay, so they're on high alert as well. Okay, what else is important? Nothing going on at the poles. I don't think they have detectors down there anyway. Alright, so we had the slow-moving storms. We had the flickering on the sun and blinking on the sun that we just crossed off. Let me go over to that one more time. That was amazing what we saw earlier here. Where it's over here. Oh boy. Yeah, you guys get to see all my porn too, yeah? Great. Anyway. It doesn't matter now anyway. Okay, we're over here again, and what was I going to show you from here? Oh yeah, we're going to go down to this video again, because this is something else, you guys. Alright, this is the X-flare that we just had. Look how it's flickering and just... Oh. That's an intense blast, even though they, recorded as a 2.2. I've never seen one last so long and flicker so hard like that. Okay. So, one more time with that. Yellowstone, good one. Yes, Yellowstone. Thank you. I forgot to look at the chat. So, hang on. Let's get out of here. Pause this. Shrink back down, and we will go to Yellowstone. Very good. Good thinking. Good thinking. Thank you for thinking along with me. Alright. We're going into... Alright. Our reference point is Salt Lake City right here. Let me take a little exact peek at precisely where we want to go. We are 10 degrees. 10 degrees. So 10 degrees by 15 up here. This is Yellowstone area right in here, I believe. Let me zoom down. This is actually looking pretty quiet. That's the quiet area. Yellowstone is the quiet area. Kind of trippy. But everything else around it is sure going crazy. Yeah, 300 miles north, but it's not actually totally north. It is off to the right about 10 degrees. So we go north, and we go 10 degrees over. About right in here is right where it starts. It's this area, this region. Here's the Columbia River. We're going to go straight across from the Columbia River. Yeah, straight across from the Columbia River. So bing, and 10 degrees off. So right in that area is your Yellowstone. Okay? And it's looking quiet. I mean, it's got some here. I mean, they're light. This is nothing compared to what we looked at around the rest of the world. What I'm concerned about more is just is right next to Salt Lake City. This is, I believe these are the mountains right here. Okay. Okay, well, it's directly north, however you want to see it. Okay. You can see the map here if you know where to look. Use Salt Lake City as your reference, and let's go directly north. Okay? Still quiet. Okay? There's a little puff right here, maybe, coming off this little river. But this region right in here is pretty quiet compared to, like I said, I'm looking at the zones. Okay, any other spots, you guys, you want to see before I wrap this up? Or I'll just drag you to the break of dawn. How about that? I still want to come over to this tracker one more time because, see here, it is showing kind of the halo here. Let me bounce down and zoom in on this image a little bit. Pull it over and roll it up. Alright, so you can see it tried to connect right here, but there is a brief little halo right there. So, okay, let's come over to this side now. There we go. So here it is showing this X flare going this way, but it is coming off of this sunspot region that has now cleared the limb. Where are we going? Scroll back, I guess. Let's go back to that image. Oh, come back, you. That's why. Please reverse. This one right here, when it pops back up, this video that we're watching, this is on the limb. It's not behind the sun. So whatever kind, it's going to go out in 360 degrees from this point. So if it sent a CME out in a direction, it still came at us. You see this little map right here? Let me show you something. Oh, scoot over now and roll it up. All right, this little map right here, this is where this is where it first hit, okay? Let me go even tighter up. I need to look at my screen so you guys can see. Alright, there we go. Alright, so when this X flare first hit, this is the radio blackout area that it struck, okay? And that's instantaneous. Those are the X-rays that come here in 8 minutes. Probably less now. We're finding out that it's actually happening quicker than the speed of light. But what I'm saying is, this indicate if this hit us from the X flare, that means whatever energy as far as CME 3 days later will hit us, because we were in the zone, okay? So that shows you that we do have potential to get hit by this X flare's CME when it arrives, okay? And that happened today, which is the 18th. Add 3 days for it to get here. That would be 21. So February 21st, we'd be seeing the CME effects from that X flare, okay? My brain still works, even exhausted. Okay, I think, what else was I going to show you real quick? And then, let's come back over to this real quick. I want to go back to air. We're going to go to Bing. Yes, and we're going to pop back out here. Now, we were using this instrument to look at our hurricane over here. which this big series of concentric circles is even bigger. It's not as intense, but there it is. I'm glad that turned out to be a typhoon because it has all the hallmarks of a potential pole establishment. Okay, but thankfully I'm wrong on that one. I'm glad to be wrong on that one. Now, but what I was getting to is now these are the troposphere winds. These are up above our regular, not atmosphere. They're at the top of the atmosphere. Okay, and these are the winds that are way above everything. All right, these are the highest winds. You got them going backwards here, okay, against the rotation of the Earth on the southern hemisphere. That's kind of normal in summer, but there should be bands. This is all banded together now, going one way. There's usually segments in between here that go the opposite way, like this one up here. Whoops, I'm not doing a good job. I'm tired. See how this is going the opposite way? Alright, so we got this flow. Now, what I want to point out here is up here at the top, alright, you see this intense flow. This is our split polar vortex. Usually it's one nice circle over the North Pole. It had shifted rudely to this one side and then split. This happens when we change seasons. I think it's happening a little early. I would like to find out more on this. But anyways, what I'm getting to is, this is our polar jet, okay? Now, you see the direction it's moving over the United States. Let's go right quick to that, all right? Now we have this polar jet rotating backwards over the United States, okay? This is up above our weather. Now we're going to go down below the weather. Remember they said in Minnesota there was going to be a slow-moving storm? Storm's fighting against this, okay? Storm is fighting against us. Let's go down a little lower. We're going to go down to about this level. Here we are, same spot. Winds are underneath that are going this direction, right? That upper level is getting pushed down onto this level, slowing these winds down, okay? You getting me? That's why we're seeing the slow-moving storms, because this upper level jet is now pinching down on the lower level jet, okay? And they go contradictory to each other, so they're going to rub up against each other, causing these storms to slow down, okay? This is all part of the process when I was talking about the storms slowing down, my bad, okay? And now, look at this rude mess that this bipolar jet, or the bipolar polar vortex, well, how crazy. The crown of the planet is bipolar. Do you guys get it? Everybody's going bipolar. Anyways, so here's Alaska. We have this big swooping, nice curvature. This is what we're used to seeing in Alaska, but this is really fast, okay? You see how fast it's going across the country, you guys? If I just go more like this and zoom in on the United States now, okay? You see how intense this jet is getting now. Look out, you people in Texas. You see how it's going all the way out and bubbling back? They're going to get snow in Mexico. That was the other story that this guy reported on, was snow in Mexico, okay? And how are they going to get snow in Mexico? Because it's coming from way up here and hitting Mexico. All right?
Idaho and many other regions. The full forecast coming up in just a moment. This storm could bring low-level snow to California. The snow potential for the west moves all the way down to Mexico.
What? All the way to what? Mexico? All of this is going to get hit, you guys, all right? I'll start doing more weather reports. In fact, let's go over to... my phone blown up yet? Okay, let me go over to the GFS model. We haven't done that in a minute. I bet you it's going to look a little odd now. Now that we know our weather's being disrupted. Come on, tidbits. Alright. How much? Oh, we have a lot. Good. Let's just hit play and let it rip. Let me get everything lined up here. I want you guys to be able to see the date and time in your section of the country before we let it rip here. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to let this play and let the loop kind of go for a minute. I got to take a break. Yeah, right there, you guys. Watch out. Looks like the West Coast is going to get hit a little bit there. You guys are getting these huge, huge comma-shaped storms. Like Mike was saying, we're going to have these huge storms to the size of the country. And this odd weather is being affected by our sun and by our core. Alright, was that the whole thing? Yeah, it's just playing the loop over again. Okay, we'll do it a little step by step once it gets to the end here. Okay, here we are, February 18th with a nice clear country. Finally, everybody getting a little break. That's tomorrow, you guys. February 18th. Big day. Hopefully it passes uneventful, but the way things are looking, at least we have the weather on our side. Okay. As we progress into the 19th here, not much going on. You see some inflow coming up here. This is going to be the snow in Mexico, I believe, right here. Yeah. Nice little front moving up here. Part I wanted to get to is right here. You guys in Texas, Louisiana, and the South, when this stuff comes together, you see this huge low? We're going to have icing up in there too, I believe, you guys. That's going to be a big icing event in Wisconsin. Wait, come here. Will this let me zoom in? Fine, I'll do it my way. No? Yes, I will. Huh? Alright, here's this icing area. Okay, and that's possible a few days from now. Alright, let me zoom back out. I just wanted you guys to get a little eyeball for yourself for what area to look for. I'm not going to name out all out. I'm just going to give you the map and you look at it. So as we continue on this, we'll back out a little more because you guys need to know dates and times. So this would, oops, okay, we're still good. This would be 4 p.m. February 22nd, around here, okay, you guys? So let's continue on. It's 10 p.m. This is going to be a huge event. This is going to make ice problems for all this area. Let's back up a frame and watch this whole development. All right, here's your cold, here's your warm. They're going to slam together, if you guys know, storm. Bam, there's your ice, and it's just going to go. Look how intense it gets there. You're talking power outages again. You saw what the last ice storm wreaks havoc. All kinds of snow back behind it, okay? It even has the potential to kick up something here in Tennessee. I heard a Tennesseer in here, so. Oh, no. Go back. Oh, not that far back. No. Where was I? We're at the 22nd. Keep going. Okay, and we'll come up to the 22nd. This storm is concerns me here, you guys. This is a deep low. It's a 986 right there. Doesn't read real on that one. So 986. That's a very deep low. It's going to cause a lot of headaches and a lot of icing problems and power outages again in that whole area. Now as it look as it moves on over the Great Lakes, hitting Michigan. I was trying to zoom in on that. Okay, but you see these whole areas. These guys have a chance for some thunderstorms in Tennessee. Now we're moving on as this moves out. Big ice event, you guys. Crazy. And it still continues out into the ocean. Nuts. All right. Then we clear out. Everybody's kind of clear. We got activity moving in. Another ice event here. Look at this. Look how this one comes together. There's nothing here. Cold air. Then pow. Pow. Alright. Another little ice event there. So you guys be aware. There's ice events coming. Here comes this another low right here. That one I was concerned about giving you guys tornadoes on February 27th. But that's a long way out. This model's pretty good, but that's a long way out. And we're still going further out. Here's the West Coast getting a healthy storm. I heard the West Coast is due for a couple of rounds of storms, so here we go, you guys out here. You just recovered from all the flooding and everything. Now here we go again with more rounds of storms. Okay. Move my thing out of the way so you guys can see. Charging stopped. Okay. Am I still streaming, you guys? Brian, what kind of wind over East Plains, Ohio, pushing the train? Spill east. Okay, yes, good question. Let's go to the winds over Ohio. Thank you. Good question. You guys are using your brain there. I'm sorry if I'm missing other questions. Let's do this one and I'll focus. So we're going to the winds over Ohio. And I want to go down low. We're going to go as low as we can get here. You know what we should do? We should go over to the pollution. We're going to go to chemicals. I bet you... here's Ohio. This is the Mississippi and Ohio River. There's East Ohio. Okay, there's your site right there, I believe. And it is is that correct, you guys? Let me pull back so you guys can get a reference. Okay, Great Lakes, Erie. So yeah, Ohio's right about in here, so I believe that would be your plume. Let's change chemical composition real quick. Now here we are at the carbon, but this is, or the sulfur, but this is hard to tell because this is mainly from the ground. Let's see if we have nitrogen in there. Nah, it's not really showing too much. But what we can do, I was hoping to find the chemical, but let's go back to just this one. What was the one that showed it? Yeah. And, alright, now here we go. Here's your wind currents, you guys, for this area. This is the lowest level right here. Okay, so if you know where your plume is by Lake Erie, alright, so let me pull it down a little more here. Can you guys see that better? Okay, I'll take off the winds for a second so you get a reference. I'll add the winds back. Okay, so is this our site, you guys? I'm not familiar. I'm trying to avoid that part of the news right now. I'm really upset with the media right now, so. Is this it, you guys? I believe it could be. Wait, there's Michigan. Let me look at my map here. I got a flashlight here. Let me see. I'll get you guys. Hang on. Because it doesn't have any maps or borders. So, right under Lake Erie, and you said East Ohio. That would put it up there. So, East Ohio down here. So this is possibly our plume right here, I guess. But you can see, here's Ohio underneath. It's taking everything over Lake Erie and up into Canada. Let's pull back a little bit here. Okay. Guys are seeing where it's going there. That was a good one. That was a good question. And I wish we could get a reading on the chemical composition that's coming out of that on this map. That would be interesting. It would be vital information, you know. But no, we got to watch the Kardashians. Oh well. That's why this world's coming to. So, let's back out of this. Any other good spots to look for, you guys? Since I can't think tonight, you guys think for me? Yep, maybe that'll be it. You know, this is the most important part. We got to get back to this. This is just off the hook, all right? Let me take away these winds now. They're getting in the way. Get better at this thing. All right, there you go, guys. Just look at that. Pull back a little bit. Okay, pick your part of the country and just boom, 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 going off all along the coast right here, Texas. Let's see what's grabbing my eye. This region here in Texas, right along the coast here, is concerning me as well. Deep in the heart of Texas here, not deep in the heart, but we're having these plumes coming out of the ground in Texas, all over Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, south of the Great Lakes, south of Lake Erie. This is all Ohio, the Ohio continental shift. Yeah, I'm expecting you. Did you guys see the fissure that opened up that I showed you in the gym a couple nights ago? It's the big canyon that opened up in Turkey. If you look at some of the other videos going on out there, there's like a 10-foot wall of displacement that runs like 15 miles the length of that country. There's some huge continental disruption there that they're not showing you on the media. Now, yes, that's gonna, when we have the pole going backwards compared to the motion of the planet, there is going to be turbulence down below in the magma. That turbulence is going to cause continental, not drift, but shifting, cracking, splitting. You know, we're in the New Madrid zone, and I showed you a hot spot the other day from their earthquake center. All right, you guys over here on the East Coast might be getting the New Madrid quake again here soon, or something else that just occurred to me. Last year we were seeing fires they're being started from underground because the magma is rising up through fissures, cracks in the ground, and it's starting fires from underground. That's what was going on. They're trying to tell you it's this and that, but when that's going on, and I see this going on, watch out for fires as well in this area, okay? So, and I wouldn't be breathing the air. Well, I mean, be careful going outside. Your air quality, whatever, no matter what they tell you, you've got. I'm going to come over to this again so you guys can see this chemical compound. Let me put it on this and look down at the very bottom there. Come on, Brian. You can do better than that. Sulfur dioxide at the surface. Okay? Sulfur dioxide at the surface. Starting to get the hint here. Alright, so get camera position again, and I think I think they're good enough update for this hour of the night. So I want you to look at this huge plume of gas, a sulfur gas that's being emitted, and the currents. Let me put the currents back on the right way this time, Brian. Oh, there we go. Alright, zoom in, and you'll see that our winds are indeed carrying this out to sea. And here's the convergence line where these winds come together. See the smoke, or not smoke, it's invisible carbon or sulfur dioxide. Look at Florida. Florida doesn't have hot spots, but all the emissions from Georgia are covering Florida in a cloud there. Okay, I think I'm gonna call that a night. I gotta get some rest and try to eat something. Alright, yeah, I think that's it for tonight. So, head on a swivel, folks, especially out here. Especially we got these X-flares going off, and we got this inbound wave coming, and we have an inbound CME due today also. And I believe over here at this site, we can just get the back out of this again. We got to go over here real quick to the latest reading of our X-ray flux here. Because you can see here was our X-flare, and you know something about this X-flare? It went up there and it hung out for a while. For about 3 hours, we were in X territory, okay? So you guys were walking around today with the magnetic field down while an X flare was going on, okay? And you didn't even know. See, that's how vital this information is. We got to have this stuff bright and early in the morning so I can tell you whether to go outside or not, because you're going to be getting bombarded here pretty soon with radiation. And it's not healthy. I doubt they're going to tell you that you're going to be getting poisoned, but it might get to an extent where we're quarantined, so I would start preparing for something like that as well. Anyways, that's my report for tonight. You guys can prepare however you like. I'm just trying to give you hints and tidbits and show you evidence, okay? Because I love you all, and I miss you all. So God bless you all, and until my next video, bye.